Alright everybody, welcome back on into another match in Beyond All Reason. Today we're going to be on All That Glitters for an 8 versus 8 with a pretty high level lobby here. Let's take a look at our team commanders. We have, for the red team, we have, for the team of Free, one more Aether, going with an Armada commander, spawning on the front lines. His opponent on the blue side, JTL, with an Armada commander. Frontline, gonna go bots, and he's opposite the Canyon player. So he's gonna be looking to get some early aggression on and try and break into that Canyon quick on. All That Glitters is about the most stock standard map we have here for Beyond All Reason. Between this one and Supreme Isthmus, it's the ones you see the most. They've been pretty well figured out. We should have an air player here in Spooky Dookie. There we go. A tech player here, Timothy Matlock. And then should be mirrored on the other side. Superlux going air here for the blue team. And TA commander should be going for the tech position. Other than that, each frontline player will be pressing forward, trying to get to the midline here, set up defenses, and then push into the opposing side, trying to slowly push into the opponent. The backline in the corners, sometimes these positions will try and do a fast tech transition and surprise the opponents on the other side, and other times they just make units and help the person in front of them to overwhelm the opposition. I'd like to see anybody goes for any quick aggression here. I see a couple ticks coming out of blue, but nothing crazy yet. We do have one scout plane from the red team. Gonna see where everybody's spawning positions are here. Always good to know where your opponents are at and if they're Cortex or Armada. Got a few rovers coming out here from Dylan. I don't know if he's going to send them into the back line or if he's just going to use them for vision on the front line. Have to wait and find out. Looks like he's going to try and go in right as a blitz and a rover of the other side come up. Do spot this. The rovers of Dylan are going to try and chase down one more Aethers and then just let the rover through. So Aether is going to get a scout off here on the blue side. Hopefully they're paying attention and don't let that get any economic damage in. It looks like it's cleaned up there. Got a little rascal going in. Gonna get taken out by the commander here, KZ, coming forward to the front lines. Trimble's also coming forward, gonna set up a radar and a LLT. Gonna have some rovers here, creating a little bit of a problem for him. He's got one incisor up with his comm, so he should be good. The rovers do decide to go around. Try and squeeze through. He did move the incisors around. Really nice catch here. That's a lot of rovers to be sending in. Might get one mech for them. Nope, doesn't slow down for it. And there's another incisor here. Doesn't look like we're getting anything. We got an early bombing run coming. Gets a mechs, a couple windmills. There was some AA built, but it was just out of range. So unfortunately, this one is going to be actually dealing some economic damage here. Already taking out about 10 windmills altogether between the 3 players he's bombed, and he's not done yet. Oh, didn't quite get a good alignment on that last bombing run there, and he does go down. All told, decent amount of economic damage for one bomber investment. It's also going to force some static AA out of the blue team, which is not units or eco, so it does slow them down. Meanwhile, back up on the front lines. We're starting to get our positions set here for the two teams as we come across this demilitarized zone that pops up on All That Glitters every single time. KZ did get the better half of it here for this canyon side. Already has an LLT over this very important 3.2 metal per second max. On the other side, the blue player is just going for build power in that same part. That is a weird trade there. Some Janus went down to ticks. Evolves is going to get the reclaim here, so that is nice. JTL building some LLTs to cover the flank of the canyon. I like Dylan's composition here. Medium tanks with Janus. The medium tanks for some buffer, and then the Janus just have such great instant damage output. They just have a very long reload rate, so you can dive in, launch a volley, and then jump back out before dying. Just like that. Got bots going at it over here in the center left side, with God Hates Cowards going up against Ninja Looter. Ninja Looter's got pawns, and God Hates Coward has aggravators. In this style where you've got defenses to fall back to, I'm going to go with the aggravators on this one. Just the slow push, breaking down the T1 defenses. And the aggravators do a great job at it because they outrange the LLTs. You need to get either twin guards or beamers up to be able to deal with the aggravators. Really heavy laser tower. So like JTL's got Rocketeers, same as the aggravators. Pushing in here. Evolves is backing up and yielding ground to JTL, which won't matter until he starts losing off on these max positions, and at which point the pain is going to really start to happen, because as it is, the canyon player gets less metal income. So once you're pushed in and start losing even more, it is a downward spiral. It's like Smart Ninja Looter is going to send some pawns here to try and push JTL back out, but his comm is here, and he's going to start setting up an LLT. Casey is trying to do the same thing to Trimble on the other side. Isn't having as much luck. Trimble has Wolverines here, which, if you can't get vision of them, can hold pretty good. JTL is still pushing forward, almost to that mech down. There's some really far forward converters here that are going to get taken out, and with that, losing these two mechs plus those converters, that's 5 metal a second that the player Evolves is just not getting anymore. So God Hates Coward just taking a little bit of damage here from a little swipe that Dead Space is making with medium tanks and Janus. Takes out a mechs. I think an LLT was here. I don't think it's going to be enough though. God Hates Cowards is starting to produce Whistlers and Shell Shockers, which are going to take down all these defenses quite easily. JTL came out of the canyon and is trying to push back Ninja Looter with his Rocketeers. The Dragon's Claw is actually a really good cheap defense against the Aggravator / Rocketeer. These medium tank and Janus balls going against each other. A couple of Dragon's Maws here to sort of ward away all of the T1 vehicles from Casey. He's going to have to get his artillery firing at this. There is a gauntlet here, which could be taking those out. See how the transitions are going here. We got T2 being propagated out for the blue side. Looks like the same for the red side. Already got fusion going up for a couple players on the red side. Same for the blue. We have 3 fusions going up. Already one for the air player, who doesn't have many fighters up, and they had already taken damage from one bounty run. Looks like the red team's air player just went for a massive wind farm. It's very efficient on this map. It does suck when the wind speed goes to 0. But generally speaking, once you get up to this point, you can build other things to sort of buffer against that energy storage and whatnot. Medium tanks coming in, they get D-gunned down by Red's commander and then boxed in by Dead Space. We have a lot of wrecks here in the center. Got a lot of reclaim in the center of the map. Trimble is doing a great job at holding out here. And for that matter, Evolves did a great job of pushing back against Blue when Blue tried to help out to the side. Really waiting to see who can actually break through and do some economic damage. You don't want to be just engaging the frontline armies over and over again. Commander went down here. We'll see if he gets resurrected or if he gets the metal reclaimed out of him. Looks like God Hates Cowards is just gonna reclaim the metal itself as opposed to try and get res bots out there. Fine. Trimble's not having anything in the center here, but ooh, taking big shots against his Wolverines. Starting to see T2 units here. Jagamu's commander goes down, but takes down a giant swath of T1 vehicles with him. Red's commander is here to reclaim immediately if he so chooses. Looks like KZ is finally getting the push through on the canyon side. Still has some Dragon's Maws to deal with. And there's plenty of vehicles here to put a stop to this push if he tries to come around the bend. Waiting to see what the option that they're going to use to break through these lines is. Don't see anything building up just yet. Red is transitioning. So I feel like Red is going to be the one trying to push through. Everyone else is ecoing. So is Red for that matter. There's not really any unit production for the Red team other than T1. On the blue side, it's a whole lot of the same. There is Mauser coming out for Dylan. And T1 Pounder's coming out. T2 coming up for Fast Forward. He doesn't have it quite yet. The tech player for the red side here, is that TA Commander? Yeah. Looks like he's a little behind his opposition. The opposition already has an APHIS up, and TA Commander here doesn't even have a fusion. He's going for an anti at the same time, just really slowing down his ability to produce here. One more Aether coming in for some D-guns, trying to take out these Mausers before he loses his defensive line. Gets the Mausers. Thugs are trying to put some DPS on him while he runs back to his safety of his line. We have Arbiters out now. Going to be destroying these early T2 defenses as well as all of the T1 defenses with their superb range. Because they do arc over, they're good at dealing with these canyon opponents. As you'll see right like that. And there we go. Dragon's Claw goes down. You see if goes for a ball of Sheldon as well. Looks like Try is also going into T2 Armada vehicles. JTL almost has an experimental gantry up to pump out T3 units. Going to be doing it on a fairly low eco for T3, but if you're going up to still a primarily T1 opposition, Razorbacks or Marauders are going to just run through the enemy. It looks like he has a Razorback queued up here. Red's front line has collapsed here to the Bulls and Mausers of, is it Dylan? And we have an airwave coming. We have bombers queued up here. Where are they heading? They don't know quite yet. Fighters were pulled in front of them though, going right for the fusions of red. And they do get it. Red's economy just got tore to shreds. Didn't get the fusions for Timothy Matlock or the converters. Did get some windmills. Everybody gets upset when they get bombed. Spooky bombs a commander right in the center. He's not bombing with these, they're just getting killed by the AA. Ah. Everybody arguing back and forth. So sad. They are very right though. Red had already collapsed his front before he got bombed. So looks like they saw the invisible bot. Tick's coming in trying to... There you go. They got him. Wasn't able to get off the stun there. Blue coming up on the west side. Running a Razorback in with a lot of Tick support. Bulls are very sturdy though. I am surprised that the Red's front line has not fully collapsed, as Red had already been broken down. The other players, though, did a really good job of collapsing in and filling that hole. This Razorback still going at it. Just took out like an entire T1 army by himself. Now going for the construction team. More Bulls coming out though. Bulls take quite a while for a Razorback to actually take care of. GTL has all the time in the world though to just micro this. And he now has Ticks coming in with it. And we are going to see the lab go down. And now the build power and eco. Well, not looking good for the red team, I can say that much. The economies are not that far apart here, but the map control is definitely going to blue. have Tremor out. Starlight's trying to put a stop to this push here. But the units are already on top of the Starlights, which is not where you want to be. We've got heavy tank Tigers, medium tank Brutes, Pounders. Quite a collection. My gosh. Another commander goes down. We have players swapping eco around, trying to help each other out. These Razorbacks is going to put the nail in the coffin here, I believe. Here comes the eco that was just given to red. Taken out by these Razorbacks, as well as a bunch of these T2 mexes. Red is still complaining. My gosh. Sharpshooters trying to push back here in the Western Canyon. Definitely the unit to do it with. They need something to buffer in front though. They're out here just naked and afraid. Yellow just starting to push into the canyon past the entrance, but I think it's too little too late there, as blue is now coming in behind him and ravaging his eco. It's about to be on his production as well. Casey coming in for the D-guns. Gets one. Misses the second. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Casey misses the D-gun. And a Razorback on just a sliver of health is able to take down the commander itself. Oh, that's gotta be frustrating. Starlights come in, take out these Razorbacks, but not until after the damage has been dealt. Now we just have T1 spam along with some little bit of T2 mixed in coming in to clear the rest of this out. We got a vote to resign here, and looking at what's coming across, probably a good idea for them to actually resign the red team at this point. And there it is. Red team resigns, GG. Blue team takes it. We got a good bombing run and some really good push in the center of the field by the red team, or correction, blue team. If you liked the video, please give me a like. If there's anything you want to see or anything I should improve, leave me a comment in the comments section. Thank you. We'll see you again.